Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. You are Pawar Bankesh or Bankesh Pawar?
So it is Bankesh Pawar, but in Maharashtra State Board, we write surname first.
Okay. So Pawar is your surname.
Yes, sir.
And Baba Rao?
Is my father's name, sir.
Okay. And your own name is Bankesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, yeah, Bankesh, tell me something about yourself, which is not there in the DF. Highlight some aspect of your personality which is not there in the DF.
So I constantly try to improve myself. There has been constant evolution. I try to uh, constantly improve myself. I'm hardworking, and I'm also involved in. And recently, I got a job offer from IFSC. I was in the
No?
waiting list.
I
International Financial Services Authority, GIFT City, Gujarat.
International. Acha, Gift City, Gujarat. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, okay.
Yes. I was in the waiting list, sir, so I got the confirmation 2 3 days.
Okay. So you will join us.
Yes, I am planning to join it
You will join as what?
as an assistant manager, sir.
Okay. And what are the prospects in this Gift City?
So it has enormous prospects. It is just been a year. It has been formed, the IFSC authority. So all the regulations of the GIFT City and the financial services in the GIFT City will be done by IFSC.
Okay. Tell me, can you elaborate a bit on this whole concept of Gift City? Where did it come from? And what exactly is the planning? And who heads the Gift City? You see?
So, GIFT City as such is a city created from scratch. It is a well-planned city. Uh, it has been planned to be a hub of all financial services, which are vis-a-vis the IFSC's concept. So, the head of IFSC is Injeti Srinivas, and the GIFT City is being managed by the civic authorities. Sir.
Civic authority means?
Sir, I don't know exactly which authority, but I will have to look into it.
Okay. And where did India get this idea of, or Gujarat get this idea of gift city? And why has it been named gift?
So GIFT stand for Gujarat Infrastructure Financial Limited. So it has been named so. And as an idea, we have borrowed this idea from Singapore, which has a tangible international financial market there. So,
Okay. Wonderful. And what will be your prospect like? You see, because this seems to be very attractive. You will
yes.
be distributing gift city from the gift in terms of promoting infrastructure everywhere. So why are you thinking of this pedestrian, if I may call, civil services?
So civil services is a prestigious job. So it gives diversified opportunities and the sense of satisfaction you get while doing the work at the ground level and also at the senior level where you get to implement the policies or formulation of policies is immense. So the
Mhm.
scope of work is diversified as well as I'm more interested towards joining civil services.
Okay, so you will quit this wonderful job.
Yes, sir. If I get into civil services, I'll join civil services.
Okay. So talking of finance, have you heard of Finance Commission? Can you tell me something? How is the Finance Commission set up and something about the latest Finance Commission?
Yes, sir. The Constitution of India under Article 280 uh, uh, prescribes for the formation of the Finance Commission,
Yeah.
and the recent Finance Commission is headed by N.K. Singh, sir. It is the 15th Finance Commission of India, and
Yeah.
it has given its recommendations regarding the devolution and the distribution of taxes amongst inter and states.
Mhm. In what way is this Finance Commission different than the previous Finance Commissions?
So there are two factors regarding the timing of the finance commission. In the pandemic, the recommendations has varied. And secondly, sir, it has given a flexibility to the center regarding the fiscal deficit targets. It has given an escape clause as well, sir. So FRBM Act has been picked with, and the devolution of taxes between center and states stands now 41% instead of 42%.
Okay.
And population criteria has also been given a prime importance.
Okay. Has it done something specifically for this whole business of disaster management? Any idea?
So I'll have to look into this.
Okay, okay. But have you heard of Disaster Management Act?
Yes, sir. 2005.
Okay, okay. Okay, my last question. You play cricket, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Recently, I heard of a term called fake run out. What
Yes,
is
sir.
the business of fake run out? You see?
Sir, fake runout, yeah, it is an instance where a player tries to fool the other player or the batsman that the ball is coming towards him or he is going to uh, get out if he doesn't complete the run. So this rule has been given in MCC rules. The recent match between Pakistan and South Africa saw this incident where
Okay.
the keeper Quinton de Kock tried to fool the batsman and he got out.
Mhm, mhm.
It has been raised as a from the point of ethical point of view to
Mhm.
run out batsman. So that has been a contentious issue.
Okay, okay. Okay, last thing. Rahul Dravid is supposed to be a very cool guy, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
उसको गुस्सा क्यों आता है?
Sir, he is also a human being. We can say that, and every human being has certain weaknesses, or in certain situations we can react differently. And the ad shown that is tries to show that every human being is a human being himself and can't be above everything. And anger management is also an issue.
No,
Uh,
this is you are philosophizing that there was something specific which happened, and there was in the news. Why is Rahul Dravid angry?
yes, there was an ad of Cred where he was shown in the traffic jam and he was losing his cool due to the traffic jam.
What is cred?
Cred is a platform which handles or incentivizes payment through that platform by credit cards.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Bankesh. Very good. Thank
Thank you, sir.
you, Sharma ji. The candidate is yours.
Sir, Mr. Bankesh,
Yes, sir.
Chief Justice of India.
So today, Justice Ramana has been sworn in as a Chief Justice.
Yeah, that's right. And till yesterday, who was there?
Chief Justice of India, Shri Sharad Bobde, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Bobde, at the time of retirement, yesterday only he said that freedom of speech is the most abused right at present. Do you agree? There is no question of agreeing or not, but because Chief Justice has said anyway. So my question here is that under which article freedom of speech and expression is there?
Under Article 19, sir.
19. Okay, what is 19(1)(a)?
It is itself freedom of speech and expression.
Okay. What do you mean by sedition?
Sir, sedition means under Article 124A of the Indian Penal Code, it defines that act of an
Section. Articles relate with the Constitution. Here, section. Section 124A of IPC.
Sorry, sir. Thank you for correcting me.
Please go ahead.
So it says that if an individual or a group indulges in activities which produces enmity towards the country as well as harms the peace and peace as well as public order, can be said as a sedition. And the Supreme Court has also given guidelines regarding the implementation of this section.
Okay, so through Constitutional First Amendment Act 1951, which article was added after 1901A? 1901A deals with the, as you have said, freedom of speech and expression. So what amendment was made through First Amendment Act 1951 related with freedom of speech and expression at the time of Pandit Nehru? 1902 was added. What exactly that is? 1902. It put reasonable restrictions on freedom of speech and expression.
Okay, sir.
So what do you think? Is it the time to rethink that sedition law, which continues to be remainder of the colonialism, should be scrapped?
Sir, though it is a colonial law, its implementation has been a cause of concern, sir. If we streamline the implementation, we need this law, but the implementation should be regulated. It cannot be applied arbitrarily, as said by Supreme Court. Only if in certain circumstances where the point comes that the individual has willfully indulged in the anti-national activities, only then it can be.
Okay, recently, so many petitions were heard by the Honorable Supreme Court, perhaps in the month of March 2021. One of these was related with former CM Mr. Farooq Abdullah, former CM of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Farooq Abdullah also. So what did Supreme Court say in that related with this sedition only?
So I'm not aware of the specific.
Okay. Now you have opted sociology, isn't it? So
Yes.
name the sociologist from India and who is called as father of sociology in India.
So sociologists from India are Govind Sadashiv Ghure is also called father of Indian sociology. Second is
Sure. Who is known as father of Indian sociology? What did you say?
G.S. Ghure, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Now other sociologists also, name them.
M.N. Srinivas, Andre Bete, Iravati Karve, Yogendra Singh.
Okay. Redcliffe Line. Where is it? What do you know about this? Redcliffe Line.
So it has been line demarcated to separate the boundaries between India and Pakistan when partition was done. So that has been point means it has been not clearly demarcated. So that is the case.
Okay, our Honorable Prime Minister visited Bangladesh in the 4th week of last month, that's March. What was the special occasion?
So it marked the 50 years of Bangladesh independence.
Okay, can you name the fields in which we are going to collaborate with Bangladesh? Some MOUs were signed. So which are the fields in which we are going to collaborate with Bangladesh?
The fields are, sir, connectivity rail projects. Second is regarding space collaboration. Third one is regarding nuclear technology transfer or helping setting up of nuclear power plants. Third one is connectivity regarding multimodal connectivity. Also done. And regarding the border management also, there were certain issues raised.
Okay, your hobby is playing cricket.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you know about Shefali Verma?
Shefali Verma is a prominent member of the Indian women's cricket team. She is an attacking batsman and she is quite young. She is actually 17 years of age.
That's right. So what did she do in 15 plus that she broke the record of Sachin Tendulkar?
Okay, sir.
When she was only 15 plus and
yes.
Sachin Tendulkar's record of 16 plus. What is that record, 30 years record, which was broken by Shefali Verma? What did Sachin Tendulkar did in 16 plus? She did in 15 plus. T20 match, winning half century, playing with West Indies. Anyway, no problem. Now, about Mr. Virat Kohli.
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Virat Kohli has recently bagged 2 prestigious awards at the ICC Awards of the Decade. Which are these awards? Decade awards, decades.
He has won the ICC Player of the Decade award.
ICC Men's ODI Player of the Decade. One.
Yes.
And number 2, Sir Garfield Sober Award.
Yes,
There
sir.
is a trophy.
Yes.
So anyway, now my last question. You have studied in University of Pune.
Yes,
There
sir.
is a supercomputer installed at IISER. IISER is a part of Pune University. Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, University of Pune. Yes, University of Pune. This center is a part of University of Pune.
Yes, sir.
So which supercomputer is installed there? Electronics engineering, your subject, na?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. So which supercomputer is installed there?
So I'll have to check into it.
Param Brahm. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sharma ji. Professor Firdausi, the candidate is yours.
Yes. Yes, Pawar, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Good. Achha, tell me, you have appeared earlier also for UPSC up to interview stage, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And in 2019 and 2017.
Yes,
What
sir.
happened? What happened?
Sir, regarding first interview, I got less marks. That was my
How
fault.
much is that?
Huh?
How
Sorry,
much
sir.
was that?
I got 154. I fell short by 9 marks. Second, I got 171. That also, but I got less marks in essay, sir. That was a big letdown. So this time I am hoping to clear.
This way you are also the forest range officer. Join as
So my father was father was a forest.
your father. Okay. You come under the non-creamy, layer, right?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
Sir, under Indira Sawhney judgment regarding the OBC community, it set a limit of annual financial income of families, and those who are having financial income above 8 lakhs are considered creamy layer. They are not being given the benefit of reservation.
Okay. Good. And you have taken sociology as a paper. There is a theory in sociology, it's called circulation of elites. What is
Yes,
that theory all about? Who is the propounder of that?
Yes, sir. It was given by sociologists Gaetano Mosca and Pareto. Sir, it states that in every society there is elite rule is inevitable, and there is circulation among the elites themselves. So, he divides elites into 2 classes: lions and foxes. Lions are the leaders by their virtue or their qualities, but foxes are the people who are cunning, who manipulate others and gain to the powers. And he states that there is circulation among this kind of people soon.
It is said that Hitler was influenced by this theory. Is it correct?
So I will have to check. I don't specify.
There is something called legal rational authority in sociology. What is that?
Yes, sir. This concept is given by Max Weber. He states that the legal rational authority specifically comes from bureaucracy, where the laws are laid, and the people acquiring certain command positions have more authority, and it is a legitimate form of authority.
Okay, when they talk of the Sanskritization, what exactly is the Sanskritization?
Yes, sir. Sanskritization is a concept given by M.S. Srinivas. He states that the process through which the lower caste groups try to imitate the way of life of the upper caste to gain upward social mobility.
Do you agree with this kind of observation?
So there has been certain caste groups who have gone for Sanskritization, but now regarding the social dynamics of today due to modernization as well as the affirmative state action, there has been instances of reverse Sanskritization as well. The upper caste groups are also demanding the reservation facilities which has been given to the lower castes.
Parallel to that concept of Sanskritization, he also talked about another concept. What was that?
It was westernization.
What does it mean?
It states that due to the British rule, the ideals or the values of Western society which percolated in the Indian society, and the changes regarding this service. He divides the Westernization concept into three parts: primary, secondary, and tertiary.
You said that now there is a reverse Sanskritization process on. Can you give me some example of that?
So in my state only, the Maratha community is a dominant community, and it has been aggressively demanding the quota benefits. There were various agitations as well, and the state government has also given them the reservation benefits. But now the case is under the preview of Supreme Court. It is still sub judice.
Tell me one thing, last question from my side, that there was one member in the Constituent Assembly who said about the directive principles that they are the needless fraud. He called the directive principles as needless fraud. And he was also the member of the Constituent Assembly. Who was that?
So I don't.
His name was T.K. Shah. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I am through.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Yeah, Mr. Tyagarajan,
Yes, sir.
the candidate is yours, please.
Yeah. Mr. Bankesh,
Yes, sir.
I'm a little curious, Bankesh. Bankesh, what does it stand for? Bankesh?
Sir, it means derived from banka. It signifies courage, sir.
It signifies courage.
Courage.
Okay, but literally, does it have a literal sense, Bankesh?
Sir, literally, but it is a name derived from my Banjari dialect, sir, Banjari community. So it
Okay.
has more relevance in that context.
Okay, Bankesh. Can you name some of the fundamental duties of Indian citizens? Some of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The first one will be to respect the national anthem, national flags, and the ideals.
Forget the sequence, Bankesh. There are so many, but what does it? What are the ones which appeal to you or impress you most?
Yes, sir. The fundamental duty which states that every individual or every citizen of India should try his level best to contribute to the development of the country. That is the most important fundamental duty according to me, sir.
Preserve the composite culture.
Yes.
Is it one of the duties? What does it mean, Bankesh?
So India has been a country which has diverse communities, and various cultures have been synchronized into a composite culture, and that gives unique identity to India. So preserving that identity is a fundamental duty stated.
Adopt a scientific temper. What does it mean? Scientific temper.
Yes, sir. It states that we should be objective as well as rational in our decision making as well as in our behaviors.
It also talks about cherish the ideals of our freedom fighters. What are these ideals, Bankesh?
So the ideals was sacrifice, selflessness, will to serve the country, and compassion, empathy towards weaker sections.
Bankesh, Gandhiji said, "I'll give you a talisman because
Yes,
you're a civil service aspirant. I will give you a talisman whenever you are in doubt." What is the talisman of Gandhiji that he offered?
So he states that whenever in doubt or ego goes into your head, you should see that your actions, whatever action you are taking, if you have any dilemma, you should consider or see that whether the last people on the ground will he be benefited or not. That will be that will resolve your dilemma.
I got it, Bankesh. My last question. Scholars say that India and China were more or less on the same level of economic development, say 30, 40 years back.
Yes,
But
sir.
then a few decades later, there is an enormous difference.
Yes, sir.
What are the factors? How would you explain this, Bankesh?
Yes, sir.
Uh, uh,
Uh,
um,
So China was a decade earlier. It opened its markets. It was much of matter of timing, and China invested heavily in the social infrastructure for education, health, and the standard of living. And the second factor, sir, the China has a one-party system. So the decision-making system in China is flawless. So that has been also being highlighted in an economic survey that due to the one-party system, China has been able to take act decisively in certain cases, and China has been more focused on manufacturing, sir. What we have is like a skewed model of economic development where manufacturing base is not there in our country. It is quite limited, and we have jumped from agriculture to services. But China has a huge manufacturing base. That has been the reason that China has been taken a lead in so many parameters.
Considering that China has made such a phenomenal advance upon us, do you think that we should emulate the Chinese model? Is it possible?
So I don't think so. We should in any way consider Chinese model of development. We as a country are the biggest democracy, and in a democratic framework, inclusivity does matter, sir. And every community has a right to be heard, and we cannot act in the way China has acted. It is having various flaws as well, and there is a possibility that this system might collapse in future.
There is a perception, Bankesh, that uh, federalism is under threat in India because of the various factors, globalization, one nation, one tax. Uh, what is your own opinion as a student, as a scholar?
Sir, even the constitutions in spirit says that India is a quasi-federal structure. More focus is given on the maintaining the territorial integrity, and as such, various states government are also given autonomy, and there has been concept of one team India where all the states and the center collaborate towards the development of every sections of society. So, collaborative federalism and competitive federalism has been promoted, and regarding there might be teething issues regarding the federal working of the federal structure concerned, but that can be sorted out through interstate council or certain uh, uh, dialogues between center and states.
Thank you, Bankesh.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Bankesh, good. I think just tell me one thing. Where are you speaking from? Which town?
So I am from Delhi.
Oh, you are in Delhi.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. And I hope no one has been assisting you in this interview.
Sorry, sir, I didn't get your
I
question.
hope no one is assisting you in this interview.
No, nobody.
You are alone.
Yes, I am alone in my room.
Okay, okay. Okay, good. Bankesh, now we will ask you now about your assessment. So the question which I am asking on behalf of the board is that on a scale of say 100, how much is the score you would like to give to your interview?
Sir, I'll have to give 0.60. I have
60.
to.
Okay, I would say that you are modest. I think you have done better than that, but let me ask my colleagues. Sharma ji,
Sir, a little above 70%.
okay. Any other comments, Sharma ji? I think you can.
Yes, Mr. Venkesh, related with that question, amendment
Yes, sir.
through 1902,
Yes.
some restrictions were imposed on freedom of speech and expression.
Yes, I looked into it.
And in 2021, while hearing so many petitions, the Supreme Court said that dissent is the form of disagreeing with the government, cannot
Yes.
be called as sedition. Nothing new was in that. And it was also said that dissent is a form of speech and expression, and these rights are protected under the Constitution.
Okay.
And related with that, IISER, so that is a university in Pune where Param Brahm is installed as supercomputer.
Okay.
You are a
Thank
very
you.
good candidate. I think you will definitely get through this time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Professor Firdausi.
Very nice survey. You have done quite well, Mr. Pawar. And I think I will just go with Sharma Sahab. It's around 70 performance.
Okay, any other comments?
He's just fine. He's been quite relaxed since he has already faced 2 interviews. So he knows the integrity of that. So he's all just fine.
Okay, Mr. Tyagarajan.
Sir, 70 plus Bankesh, I would give him 70 plus. Only comment, Bankesh, is it has been a very good performance. But when it came to fundamental duties,
Yes, sir.
sorry,
I should have stated this scientific temper and composite
because you performed with the permission of the chair very consistently high. So my expectation was very high. It was a very average pedestrian. What are the duties? Probably that gives me the impression that we as a nation, we give more importance to our duties, rights rather than duties.
Yes.
Yeah, the context midway in the after 2 decades, we introduced fundamental duties, and
Yes,
if you permit me, with the permission of the chair, I think we are not giving as much importance to the duties as to the rights. That's the only disappointment. Otherwise, very consistently high. All the best. God bless you, Bankesh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Bankesh, you see, as you can see, the board, all of us are very happy to have met you.
Thank you, sir.
I would also place your performance somewhere 70 at least, you see.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you come out very well.
Thank you, sir.
The articulation, your poise, the temperament which you have displayed, I think you are almost just waiting to, cross over to the Indian bureaucracy.
Thank you, sir.
Between now and the interview, you see, which have been postponed,
Yes, sir.
just to give you a couple of suggestions. I'm
Yes.
sure, you are into the groove, but still, I'm sure you know the importance of DAF.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The crucial nature of DAF, because majorly the interview is based on things emanating from the DAF.
Yes.
What you have filled in there. That is one part. So
Yes.
you need to work on that, you see, which is good. I'm sure you have done it, but I'm just reiterating you for your benefit.
Yes.
And the second is, keeping up with the current affairs.
Yes.
You see. So whenever the interview comes and you are going to get, as per UPSC, at least 15 days notice,
Yes,
you brush up right from now. You see, the whole situation of pandemic, its effect on employment, on economy, on GDP, a whole lot of issues which it has thrown, you see, negative as well as positive.
Yes.
Pandemic has not been only a negative, there have been many positives also.
Yes.
And India has taken advantage of this situation in
Yes.
many ways. I'm not really getting into that discussion.
Yes.
The international relations, neighborly relations with China, Japan, Quad, Pakistan, Sri
Yes.
Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, etc., etc. Isn't
Yes.
it? Things relating to the Supreme Court, things
Yes.
relating to, say, farmers' agitation, what has led to that, why it has lingered on and on. One doesn't know when it is going to end. You see, election results will be out. So
Yes.
what is the impact and significance of election results in Indian polity? You see, so these are the kinds of things. So I'm sure you are reading some good newspaper and also economic newspaper. I hope
Okay.
you are reading some economic newspaper.
So as such, I was not reading.
I think it is better that you are all about this gift city, etc., etc.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
all financial, you say, district and everything.
Yes,
So
yes.
kindly do read one economic newspaper. That will really do you a lot of good.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Bankesh, to ask us?
Sir, regarding this contentious issue, should we take a balanced stand in every question, or should we take a stand in at least some question?
Look, I think the best is to maintain your own logic, your
Okay.
own thoughts, your own argument with logic, you see. But then
Okay.
extremist view, too much of an activist view,
No.
somehow doesn't really go with the nature of the civil services, you see.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind. You see.
Okay. Sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay then. Okay. All the best and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So now you can leave the Zoom link.
Thank you.